If you guys want to see how I created this portfolio website on WordPress using the Bricks Builder, then this is the video for you. Hey everyone, my name is Megan. I've been a brand and web designer for about it's been a while. I feel like I always lose track of how long it's been, but I've worked with tons of clients and I personally love WordPress. I continuously go back to the platform because I truly feel that it offers so much customization. And you guys know I actually moved my WordPress website to Framer and I've had it on there for a while now, but I have missed WordPress. I still think Framer is a great, amazing platform and I still will recommend it for specific clients, but I personally miss the customization options that I had on WordPress. I also still was paying for my SiteGround account, which is the hosting account, and I also miss the SEO tools that I had integrated onto my website. So I made the decision to move back to what I was comfortable on, and I'm actually going to be creating not only my personal brand website, but my education brand website, all on WordPress using Bricks. So this is the first tutorial of many showing you guys how I'm using the platform, but just a little rundown. Bricks is a visual builder that you can add to your WordPress website, and you can pay for using it just on one website, you can pay for using it on 3 websites, or you can pay for an unlimited plan with Bricks, so you can use this on all of your client websites as well. But I paid for the 3 websites because I don't have a whole lot of clients that come to me asking specifically for WordPress. I usually will guide them to what works best for not only their technical abilities, but what they're the most comfortable on. So I haven't had a client sign on WordPress. That's why I decided to go with the 3 website plan. And I already set it all up. And inside of my Patreon, I actually share with you guys how I set up the theme styles, how to get the same colors, the fonts, margins, white space, all of that, so that the website is basically ready to go for me and ready for me to just design the pages and for everything to look consistent. So in this video, I'm going to share with you guys how I actually created my portfolio, my graphic design portfolio, and how I made it look really aesthetic. So without further ado, let's jump on over to my screen recording. So this is what it's looking like so far. I saw quite a bit of edits to do and make, and also the responsiveness settings. But if I click in here, you will see the style of my portfolio pages and also this really fun graphic here that my developer helped me create. And it is actually a shortcode. So I won't be showing you guys this in this video, but I'm happy to show it in another one. But let's talk about how to actually set up your portfolio to make it easier for you to add your content and how to update and change and not have to make a new page every single time, because I have just one portfolio page or project page and I just add to that in a really simple way on the back end. So you guys might know that I actually have my website on Framer right now, and I'm going to be moving back to WordPress, mostly because I miss WordPress. I love WordPress. I miss the SEO options that come with it. I miss being able to add collaborators to my site. There's just a lot of things I realize I love about WordPress. It's like that saying of you don't know what you have until it's gone. That's kind of how I felt about WordPress. I really loved it and I miss my website being on there. So I made the decision to recreate my site on WordPress and I'm super excited about it. So let me head on over to my dashboard. I am using Bricks I think I told you guys, I'm using Bricks to build my website. And it just makes it visually easier for me to build. And the first thing that I did when it came to setting up my portfolio, let me just drag this over here, was I added ACF. So ACF is going to make it really easy for me to not only add testimonials, but add projects while maintaining this basically adds a level of CMS for me, which is content management. So if I were to click into edit here, you will see I have all of my fields. I have my service type, design goals, timeline, images, and this is located as a post type and I've set it as project. So if you click into post types here, you'll have to create these in order for you to see them on the side here. So you'll see I have projects and testimonials here. Usually you just see posts. That's mostly what your website comes with for blogging. But if you want to manage your projects and testimonials this way, that is how you create it. So if I click into my post type for project, you'll see I have projects here, public, and then my advanced configuration basically has most of the standard setups in here. I don't think there was anything that was crazy. This is kind of what ACF comes with, but you just want to make sure that you set it up so that you can actually see it on the side here. So if I go and click on projects, you'll see I have some projects already started in here. This is also going to help keep your website organized, so you're not putting all of your projects within posts, and you're keeping things very structured. So inside of my projects area, I have these, but if I were to add new project, all of my ACF fields, or they call it, field groups, are already set up in here. So you'll see my project fields, and you can always go to screen options just to make sure that you can see your project fields by clicking that. But I have all my project fields in here, and then it'll be really easy for us to link this to the actual page. I know it can feel a little bit confusing at first, and I did have my developer help me because I needed a good head start on this, because this is definitely new to me as well. But now that I'm able to see how ACF works and how you're able to set up your site for easy customization, it makes a lot more sense to me now. So these are all the default fields that are set within our ACF, but we can easily change this by saying simple, say Shopify, let's say 12 weeks, and we could say just website design. And then in here, you can add our images. So any of these images, right now, I'm really trying to be pretty strict on how I'm exporting my images, how I'm image tagging them, and making sure that they will help me with SEO. But we have our images here. A large image will take up the full screen, and this will all make more sense when you see my actual project page template. But this is how I would add a new project. And we will also want to make sure that we're adding a new featured image, because that's how it's going to show up on our actual portfolio page. So now let me go over to my Bricks templates, and we can actually save drafts. So we'll go to Bricks templates, and we can click into our project template here. So I'm going to go to edit with Bricks to show you guys what this looks like inside. So right now it has my featured image, and as you can see, these little toggles next to everything is actually a query. So if I click on that, you'll see the query is pulling in dynamic data, and it's pulling in the code that I received from ACF. So that is how we're able to just create that one project template page and then use this for all of my projects. So same thing here, that query is bringing those in for me. Same with the wide image, that query is bringing in the ACF large image. And even for my really fun animation here at the very bottom, that is also bringing in a query. So if I click on the short code, you'll see I have website animation set up in the ACF, and I just have it set as text because you can put a short code inside of a text field and it typically will show up perfectly. I also have my ACF set up and linked to my testimonial here. So I'm able to actually link which client testimonial belongs on what project page, which makes it really, really cool. So yeah, I wanted to show you guys that because I think that makes a lot more sense when you're able to see how to link things without having to make a new page every single time. And so if I go back to our dashboard and I go to projects and I go to edit, I'm just going to show you guys an example of what happens if I don't put an image in a certain field. So let's just say test project. I'm just going to grab an image that I've used for one of my other projects, and we'll just grab a few more here. This one and this one, and let's save draft, and let's go preview our post. So there we go. I need to set it up in ACF so that even if we don't have anything here, we can null that section, meaning if there's nothing in there. And actually the way to do that would just be to delete this. So let's save draft, refresh, and there we go. So if you just delete that or whatever you have in the default area, nothing will show up. And same thing here for related testimonial. I had to allow null so that I don't have to select anything, because the default on ACF is that you have to select something. So setting up that null option will allow you to keep this blank, meaning nothing will show up there if you don't have a testimonial for that client. Yeah, this is how it shows up. And the nice thing is all of my project pages have the same style now, and they're all very clean, and I've been so happy with it. So I wanted to show you guys how to set up a portfolio.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you want to see a little more insight into how I actually created the theme styles, like I mentioned, I show that in Patreon, and I'm also going to be sharing a lot more in-depth tutorials of bricks in my Patreon. I have a discount code for you guys down below, so be sure to check that out. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you did by giving it a thumbs up,
subscribing to my channel down below, and I will see you all in my next one.